Everyone, today I'm going to talk about how the scenario or the ecosystem in technology trend is going to change in 2018, not only in India but across the globe. What is the need of the hour is the main question which we are asking everyone. Like how the technology is going to disrupt the current way of doing business in India. So even if you see the budget 2018, you will see the IT, the information technology domain, has regained the importance. The strategy per se is the capitalization of market opportunity, how the market can evolve in this year and the years to come. And the Indian government is going to invest a lot in the infrastructure sector and in the agriculture sector. So when we say India is a country where it's geographically located at a position where a lot of agriculture produce is there. However, we don't have technologies which is catering to the increasing the shelf life of the produce. And what is the need of the hour is to do something in technology where it can be implemented at a global level. So increasing the shelf life is very, very important. How to stop hoarding in India of the agricultural produce, how to maintain the shelf life of the fruits and vegetables which are being grown in the country. So the need of the hour is to have some kind of drones which can actually take into consideration some kind of parameters which can actually measure the temperature and the other parameters which are very important for the growth of the plant. So how filing a patent application will actually suffice the purpose of even the technology development. Technology is the need of the hour. The main crux is to develop technologies, develop mobile applications which would be integrated into a hardware component, because hardware per se is patentable in India. Software per se is not patentable in India, but when it is embedded in a hardware component, even the preloaded softwares which are coming in the mobile apps and the applications which are being filed by Google, Microsoft, and other companies across the globe, so they are actually claiming the hardware component. And when you're claiming the hardware component, the parameters per se is embedded in that. A lot of sensors are involved which are sensing the different parameters. Those parameters are taken into consideration. Some kind of calculation algorithms are developed to do the calculation on the spot in the real time, which is the need of the hour. And then that calculation is actually stored in a server and it can be retrieved to and fro by the users. So this is the need of the hour, and what we are going to see is Singapore Exchange is going to trade in India's top 50 Indian stocks. So what is the future of India? If this happens, overseas exchange would be taking place. But what about the Indian counterpart? So this is something the Indian government needs to take very seriously. How to keep the technology in India and how to develop the technology in India, and what kind of incentives should be given to the startups who are actually innovating. When we say innovation per se is not an easy task, the patent application should be written in a way which should be strong enough. If it goes into litigation, say for example somebody is copying your innovation or your patent application, it should stand in the court of law. How well the claims are drafted, what kind of patent claims are being granted by the patent office is very, very important. If, say for example, there are 6 or 7 elements in a patent application which are being claimed and granted by the patent office, and somebody has innovated and added 2 or 3 parameters, so it might not be infringement in court of law. So those are the things which should be taken into consideration, and those are the pointers which should be reviewed. So the patent examination process in India is very stringent now. The time frame for the same is 6 months. So it's a to and fro communication between the innovator and the patent attorney, how to get the broadest patent claims granted by the patent office. So that's the need of the hour. Just make sure that your patent application is filed properly, in the sense the patent claims which are being granted would suffice and would stand in the 20 years time span. And the 20 years time span starts from the day you first file your application in the home country. So if you have any question related to intellectual property rights, we would be happy to assist. I'm Pratik Hastigan, founder and CEO of TCS India. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, and if you have any other questions, just put your question in the comment box below. We'll get back to you. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.